Dean, I normally don't buy into fake news or, media misrepresentation these days. I think I've seen just the most tragic thing ever though on the news this week. It's absolutely tragic.
Zach, it's not true. I don't have a kid. I don't know.
Wow, I wasn't even going there, but if you want to go there,
No, that's fine.
we'll talk about that tomorrow. Inflation-proof finance tips: saving during inflation by KTLA 5. Tighten Up is the first one, and the second one is Sell Off Collectibles. Who the fuck do these people think they are?
And not only that, but the next few bullet points are cancel all your subscriptions to like your TV shows and stuff. It's like, the fuck are you supposed to be doing? Just sitting in your house staring at a wall?
You can't have my things. You can't be a Patreon. You can't be a channel member with that hashtag new John emoji. And
showing tonight.
Yeah, if you're in the chat and if you're a YouTube channel member, click that John emoji. It's been, what has it been, like a month or two that we've been trying to get that done. So congratulations.
Yeah, way to go, John.
I'm excited for a great show tonight.
Thank you. I'm just shocked that it didn't say sell your guns.
No, well, maybe in the Canada version, probably. Sell your knives or whatever.
Acid.
Sell collectible. I saw the gun before collectible, I'll tell you that.
Well, technically guns are collectibles.
It's true.
Well, I guess anything is collectible.
It's a scary kind
That's true, depending on who you
just have a harder time killing someone with a hot toy, It could be done, it's just harder.
We said collectibles.
Wow, John. I heard it.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there. We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
He's got a billion toys.
You brought in the doll collection.
These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
Should we lock in the artillery power?
This is the true form of floor gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Marco.
And I'm Ben.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us as weekend collecting.
That's right. We want to thank our friends over at 1/6 Corner for sponsoring this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. Don't forget to use code CW10, capital C, capital W10, during our live recording for 10% off all in-stock items over at 16corner.com.
We have a great show planned for you guys tonight, and if everything goes well, if the stars align, we may have John from Queen Studios on. We have a 30-minute time slot tonight, hopefully, if nothing last minute comes up. So that'll be very cool. We also have some new hot toys to talk about and a discussion on figures that exceed your expectation. Before we get into all the fun stuff, Dean, we have a very special segment. We kick off all the best shows.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's new this week.
Yeah. What'd you get new this week? So I got in the 15th Century Knight from, it's basically the Amazing Yamaguchi line. I wanted a Knight figure because I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Marco.
And, yeah. And I also ordered some extra belts and a scarf, or it's not a scarf. Well, it's a scarf, but so I just did a little kit bash kind of custom with a magic sword and made it look cool, made it look not just like a stock knight. It's a little small. It's really small. It's a 1/12 scale, but even next to like an SHP Guard Goku, it's smaller than that. So I'm a little bummed out at how small it is, but eventually I will get a 6 scale knight and I will make a proper one. But yeah, so that was my new this week. It's a cool little figure.
You'll love to see the people in the channel spamming those emojis. You'll love to see it. I missed it. What is this from? Like what movie or anime?
It's not from anything. It's just a Knight figure that they did. The Amazing Yamaguchi. Just you know how like I think it's Figma does like statues like David and the
which is
Thinking
weird.
Man.
Very weird.
Yeah, really weird. But this is just kind of like a generic 15th century Knight Gothic. I think it's just 15th century Gothic armor is what the figure's called. So it's pretty cool. It comes in different colors. I got the all like stainless steel, silver. It's pretty cool.
Wow! Congratulations. You'll love to see it. Ben, what'd you get this week?
If you give him a purple Thanos head, by the way, it's definitely my character.
yeah.
Just saying. So today I went to another comic book store while I should have probably been working, but I was kind of close to the tail end of the day, and I spotted this place called Red Skull Comics. And I've been looking for animated series figures for my Batman line that I've been working on. So I've got Batman, Robin, I've got the Joker, and I've got Harley. Now I found Mr. Freeze, which is awesome. I was very, very excited about it. But the comic book store itself was a really great store, really cool logo, and kind of stood out to me. But I got talking to the store owner, and when I told him that I was going to feature his little store on my channel, he actually gave me a 50% discount on the figure, and gave me this box as well as stickers. But the box was really cool because it's basically like it looks almost like a little suitcase box. But it's meant for carrying comic books around, which is cool. So he like loaded it up with a bunch of comics and some
Did he bag and board
newspaper
them?
articles. He did not bag and board them. He wasn't that professional. You hate to see it, but it was cool. I was really impressed. And honestly, as I said, like I'm just like really stoked about the sticker. I think that's pretty cool. I've got so many stickers that I don't even know what to do with anymore, guys. So I'm gonna have to figure something out soon.
Gotta drop them off a CW sticker.
Wow. He's not paying me anything. I just thought he was a fucking cool guy, so I was happy to be there.
It's the perks of being famous, my friend. It's the perks of being famous.
I did call Collecting Weekly. I was like, come on Collecting Weekly tonight. They're a little bit famous. I just get to be there sometimes. It's one of those things.
A little bit.
So,
how dare you?
The lack of respect.
When we get you to 2K, we'll
internationally syndicated, bro.
Stars, bro. The sun
I told my
never
wife
sets on the
that. She
empire.
started laughing. I'm like, I'm an internationally syndicated podcaster. She's like,
that's
fucking here's the mop. Start
get to work. How dare her, John? How dare her? Ben, poor Shauna never gets a break. Oh man, Jesus Christ.
She doesn't.
She
works hard.
Congratulations on that pickup. Marco, did you get anything new this week?
I did, but it's been a hell of a week, so I haven't even been able to. They're still not even in just the shipper, but the actual shipping box. So I think I'll save these for next week. Also, I don't want Gigi to know just yet, so we'll keep it a secret for one more week.
Wow. You get to live another week.
That's right.
I had an interesting week. I didn't get anything new per se, but I was looking. I had some stuff on my pile of loot, and I'm the kind of guy with the pile of loot lately where I just let it like wait till like the last week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I still really want this? Yeah, I've already paid for it, right? So I don't feel particularly guilty about it. And I had a few things in there, and I was like, well, I really want the Metacom Mafex Homelander bad. But, it's been like right around rent time, or I guess mortgage time now. Just a bunch of expenses, anniversary stuff. It's been kind of an inconvenient thing to purchase. And I looked at my pile of loot, and I was like, wow, I have like a ton of shit in here. And I didn't know that you could cancel from the pile of loot. And so I did. I canceled a few things and was able to pick this up for like $4, which is awesome. So this should be in hopefully soon. If it's before... What were you going to say, dude?
Do they give you like store credit, or can you get your money back?
Now, if you first off, how dare you, baby boy? He says, here for the Ben Thomas experience. How dare you?
Wow.
He says that every week, by the way. I'm just gonna put it out there. I have
no
a
more
fan.
shout outs for
my one fan.
If you cancel within 7 days of it being added to the pile of loot, you get your money back. If it's after that, you get store credit. But I was gonna, basically buy this anyways.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I got that coming. I'm very excited for that, and it looks like a really great figure. But I guess I'll see, hopefully soon when I get it.
Did you watch any reviews?
Yeah, there was a few. It looked pretty good, looked pretty solid. Cool. I think out of the NECA one, the Mafex one, and the Figma one, this is, I think, the best one. The Figma looks absolutely terrible. It is real bad. But enough about that. Let's do a quick update. So last week we talked about Buzz Lightyear, that it had not yet gone on to Sideshow. It did finally get up there. $315 for the regular, $345 for the deluxe, July to September 2023. And that's that. Do you guys have anything you want to add to that? I just wanted to update the people of the world that may not know.
I don't think so.
All right. Let's move on then. Thor: Love and Thunder. This one comes in a deluxe and a regular version. The deluxe comes in at $345. The collector's edition, which is the regular, comes in at $305. Releases October 2023 to March 2024. Ben and I were talking this morning, and we weren't exactly sure how the chest works. It says it's an interchangeable chest piece, so I don't know if just like the chest splits in half in the front and you're able to change that out. But it looks like you got the typical Thor swappable arms. It looks like you got that helmet that can attach, and then you also have some different electricity effects. I'll be honest, this costume for me, as someone that doesn't particularly care about Thor and also hasn't read the comic books, I just don't like the look of it. It's just really not for me. And I also don't think that the portrait is done particularly well. I'm not really getting the Thor vibes from this. I really can't put my finger on it, but to me it just doesn't look like Chris Hemsworth, like even a little bit. Especially from this angle here on the left. The right looks a little bit better, but the left, I'm not really seeing it. You also have additional accessories coming soon, so the movie's not technically out yet, I believe. So I imagine once we get deeper into the production cycle, we'll see what those additional accessories are. Dean, what do you think about this?
I'm with you. It's very busy. I'm just not liking it, which is crazy because I usually really dig goals, but yeah, I don't know. It's like of all the Thor costumes we've seen, this one just is like and I'm just like you. I'm not a huge Thor guy. I'm not too familiar with the comics, but this doesn't feel very Thor to me. I don't know. Like it's just very like a far cry from what I'm kind of used to seeing. But who knows? Maybe when the movie comes out, it'll be fucking amazing. I don't have a Thor in my collection anymore, and maybe I'll end up falling in love with this. But right now, it's a little too, I don't know, maybe gaudy. Like there's just a lot of bullshit happening. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I think we do get a glimpse of this suit in the comics. From what we've seen in the trailers, the outfit looks good. Like it looks really screen accurate. Again, $345. It's pricey, but it's loaded. Like you get the interchangeable armor on the arms. The seamless arms look great, regardless of how they're gonna maintain over time and what kind of poses you can get out of it. But the musculature on the arms looks really good. The only gripe I have with this, and I think what throws it off, is kind of like that plastic effect that they give us. Same with like they give us with Electro and Whiplash, and they really haven't innovated around that accessory yet. And I would have liked to see some more innovation. But besides that, I think it's a hefty figure. I think it's going to display well with the colors, and the suit looks good. The suit and the cape look great.
I thought you were like halfway in a thought there and then froze. I've got mixed opinions on this one. So when we first saw the release pictures, I put in the chat that I didn't love the head sculpt, and people were like, "What? Like it's the best Thor head sculpt I've ever seen." And it was like, oh, "Okay, like fair enough." That's when you say art is subjective, because it is true. Everybody sees it a little differently. For me, I am very happy in my life with Shauna, but if I was to ever play for the other team, Chris Hemsworth is definitely a man crush. The guy is a beautiful man, and I don't see his likeness very well in this head sculpt.
Ben, you don't have to choose, man. You could have both. I'm just saying.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. So, but I would also say that one thing that I always hope for with Hot Toys is when I go and see a film, if I love the film, like if it just like resonates with me like crazy, and I come out of that theater wanting to buy something, that something is available to be able to put my money towards. So the fact that we haven't seen the film yet, and then we're seeing this costume, it's like, damn, that is really loud. And I don't know if it fits. But I know that if I go see the film and it just crushes home with me, I'm going to want it 100%. Right. So I feel like I'm going to flip-flop back and forth a little bit on this guy. But I do wish that, or I hope that maybe they tweak the likeness just a little bit still. Maybe they won't. If they don't, I'd still probably get this one because I don't have a Thor in my collection. And I usually want to try and collect the most recent version if possible. I also don't love using the accessories that come with these figures a lot of the time, like the blue lightning pieces and stuff. Like, I kind of find that they make it look a little bit more like a toy and less like a premium collectible. So I'll be curious to see what the helmet looks like without the blue lightning in the eyes, or if that's even an option. And otherwise, I think the lightning pieces would probably sit in the box for me. So we'll see. It's a wait and see for me. We're going to find out how the film resonates, and from there I will update you guys as to whether I'm going to buy it, I think, down the line.
So let me start with saying I do think this looks really great. Like, I think it looks cool. I like the helmet. I like the coloring. It's different enough from the other Thors that I have that I feel like I could justify adding this to the collection. That being said, at this price, this is a bargain bin special right here. This reminds me of the black and gold suit Spider-Man. It's coming out before the movie's even released. We know that he shows up in the Ravager costume, right? The more, 70s inspired with the leather jacket. That one's going to be a cool figure, undoubtedly. Who knows if there's going to be another look as well? So it really concerns me because you know what happened with that black and gold? Like, no one cares about it now. Everyone was hyped, and now no one cares because it wasn't even screen accurate. And so yeah, it just feels like one of those that they may be getting out ahead of something that's significantly better. And that would be fine if it was coming in around between $250 and $270. But if you're asking me to pay $345, you're asking for a premium ultimate version of a character. And I'm not sure at the end of the day that that's where this is going to land. So this is definitely one that everyone should wait and see what else is coming.
That's a good point with the jean jacket look, that these guys, or that we've seen featured like that.
Thor.
The Ravager, yeah, like that. I agree with that. That could be a wicked.
You're gonna get more than one, guaranteed. You'll get more than one.
I will say this likeness is better than the Infinity War. It looked like a young Ron Perlman.
Oh no.
It was not great. That's the only reason I never bought that figure.
I like that sculpt though. The Infinity War is pretty.
Really, I hated it. I don't know if. Dude, I don't know if maybe just Bro Thor was just so cool in Endgame that...
Yes.
Like, that was kind of like the ultimate Thor for me. I think if I end up with a Thor, it's probably going to be that one.
I agree, Dean. I think that one is cooler and more unique than this one.
Yeah. But I will say, like, I'm kind of with Ben. Like, if this movie just is a home run and I need a Thor, I'll probably end up getting it. But we'll see.
He'll sell.
Well, also, if we get a Jane, right? Like, like if we,
bro,
right?
if we get a Jane before we get a Padme, I'm gonna be so.
That's what doesn't make
mad.
sense. If they're gonna do Jane, why wouldn't they give us Padme?
Well, they definitely need to. But I mean, she's older now, right? Like Padme, they'd have to make her look younger in the figure, so they'd have to change her look. They could kind of go with a more current look for her.
Yeah, but like that was, I think that was kind of like the argument everybody makes is that they can't get the licensing for her for whatever reason. So if they come out with a Jane, I'll be really upset.
I'm just thinking pairing wise though, like her coloration seems pretty similar, at least from what I've seen in the screen grabs of the movie, to this outfit. So like if they release her and everybody just freaking loves her, right?
Yeah.
Then I think people are going to start buying this figure to pair with her.
The problem is though,
when that color.
The problem with that, and I completely agree, I think you'd have to, if they released a Jane, I think it's the perfect pair. The problem with that is when you're coming in with a figure at $345 just for one of them, that's a pretty pricey combo there.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true. Although I guess maybe if she has her helmet on and they don't have like just a base sculpt, maybe they could get around the whole. I don't know.
I don't think they can. In the trailer alone, we already see her without the. Don't we see her without the helmet already?
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm just
sitting in
saying,
the
like,
throne
if she has some hang up about getting her likeness out there, they could do it with the helmet. But
I think this is going to be a Book of Boba sort of event where her helmet's off the majority of the time.
Oh yeah. Right. Oh, 100%. I mean, Thor. I mean, how many times does he have his helmet on? The first movie for like a scene.
Yeah.
And I think the second movie for like a scene, like he never has his fucking helmet on.
I wonder what body they would have to do because she's pretty buff in this. Yeah, she got pretty buff for the movie, so I think they'd have to kind of reinvent the.
Maybe like a generic body and just add some muscular arms. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I guess if that ever gets teased, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Check private chat, boys. Up next is the Mars Toys The Bar Boss. This is 135, releasing Q4 2022. I thought someone was making a 1/6 scale Ted Cruz. I didn't know what this was. But it's the Riddler, or the Penguin rather, from the Pattinson Batman.
Does he come with a ticket to Mexico as well?
First class to Cancun, baby. I don't love it. To me, it doesn't look like what we saw in the movie. I just think that the portrait is off. I think the outfit looks okay. I thought this shirt was maybe a little bit more purple than that, but I could be 100% wrong about that. But I think for me, with this character, the thing that I liked the most was how like insane the prosthetics were, the makeup was to make him look that way. And I'm just not really getting any of that from this figure. It just looks like a generic
guy.
Ted Cruz / fucking Gabagool. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, the price is fine, $135. I mean, you could slap probably a third party portrait on there, and maybe have something there. But I'm not really feeling it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's a third-party figure, so it doesn't need to be like the fucking world's greatest figure in the world, especially for that price point. So I think if you're expecting, Hot Toys quality, that's kind of on you. And, who knows? Sometimes these third-party figures come out way better than they're, solicited as. So I guess one to keep an eye out because... From the looks of it, we're not getting any other characters from that movie, so third party's the way to go. And if you need a penguin, there you go.
I wouldn't. No, this is a huge no. In every circumstance, the portrait, no, nothing. The clothes doesn't look tailored well. No, I can get behind a good third party figure, but it's not this one. That's for sure.
I think, like the character in the film was awesome, but where I think people might start wanting a figure from more so is if he does get his own standalone HBO show, right? If he ends up becoming kind of a main character of his own show and we get to kind of develop a little bit more and have more time with him, we're probably going to see some different looks. We're probably going to see like more of the character, obviously, just in general, which might make this one be a little bit more sought after. Because I agree. I think if you just want to build up your Batman or from the Batman film collection, then this is still like a good background figure. And for the price, it's really good, I think. But for me, it's kind of like an unsexy figure in the sense of like I try to have kind of, like Zach was making fun of me earlier because I need to get away from my cube size, but like I try to have one figure per cube, and so this is not a figure I would want to take up a cube space for, and that's kind of where I draw the line.
What's going on, Big Dog?
But I think if he gets his own show, we're going to see more iterations, maybe even from Hot Toys.
So, yeah, there you go. Isn't that even more reason to wait on Hot Toys, right? If they made a Peacemaker from a DC show, then they could, if this one was successful. Hopefully it'd be a little less shit than that one. But Yeah, this looks horrendous. No, thank you. Pass on this one.
I don't think they even need to wait. I think if they put him out and didn't wait for the show, I still think it would sell very well.
They've got a lot more catching up to do, right? A Riddler,
Yeah.
Catwoman, those could really be
They're
great
asleep,
figures from
man.
that line.
They're asleep.
You hate to see it sleeping at the wheel there. Yeah, I don't see how we don't have a Catwoman yet, or a Riddler. This guy stole the show, and I think Hot Toys absolutely needs to make it.
Yep.
But they went so deep on other Batman lines that it's a shame that at this point we're only getting the main character.
Yeah.
This was something Marco wanted to talk about. It's the Damn Toys Resident Evil figures. These are $329, which is insanely expensive, released in Q4 2022.
Yeah.
We have Leon Kennedy, the classic version, and Claire Redfield, classic version. I don't know anything about these, so I'm going to let you guys take a shot at it.
Oh, bro. Okay, we have the Leon, like not his throwback look. It's amazing. I don't know if it's 300 something bucks amazing, but it is jam packed with accessories. Resident Evil 2 is arguably one of the greatest games ever made. Leon, super amazing character, really cool. I really like Claire too. I would prefer, I don't know. I like her classic look also, but I don't know. I don't know if I like it more than her like new look. I already have Jill. I got Leon.
Jill's badass.
I feel like they haven't made a Jill yet, or a Claire in her new outfit.
I don't think so.
Who makes those that you have, Dean? Is it Damn Toys as well?
Yeah, Damn Toys.
Okay.
The Jill I have is a third party. I think it's I forget who it is. It's not Super Duck, but something like that. But we have the Damn Toys Leon, and it's amazing. Damn Toys makes crazy cool military figures. So like all the weapons and accessories like either have die cast in them, or they're actually like have working mechanics in it. So they're like, it's worth the money. It really is when you get down to it. Great tailoring, really good. Like all the tactical gear works the way it does in real life. It's really cool. These are great. I think if you want a figure of Leon or Claire, these are the way to go.
I guess I'll just jump in here really quick since I asked for this to be on. But Resident Evil has kind of a special place in my heart. Watching my cousins play when I was younger, being absolutely terrified, like I couldn't sleep. And then fast forward
so
to
scary.
So terrifying. You look at those graphics now, you can't even see what's happening. But you know, flash forward to I played the remaster on PlayStation, and such an incredible game.
So good.
Bro.
And I'm a fan of Damn Toys after that Godfather release, and that was so competitively priced. I think it was like $250 for, you know, the standard version.
Stupid good price on that.
Oh
one.
my gosh. So when I saw, I was like, oh, Damn Toys, Resident Evil. This is all these accessories. This is gonna be great. And then I saw the price, and I was like, all right, they're a little bit on something there, because if you price these at $250, I'm not saying they could, but if you price these at $250, highly consider getting both. At $329, it's like, okay, this is probably a pass for other characters I care a bit more about, which is unfortunate because these look great.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I think Dean was saying something.
Yeah, on Giant Toy right now, you could get these for $294, which is still really high, but they do free shipping, so
okay,
it's not too bad.
Might be an option.
I do gotta say, I agree with Dean and Marco. Like, I played the original game back in the day and loved the heck out of it. I played both storylines for Leon and Claire constantly, just back to back, and it felt like a slightly different game any way you played it, right? Or depending on whose character you played. And then the remastered version, in terms of the video game, is 100% worth a buy. If you get a deep deal or anything like that on the system, like, I would 100% recommend it. It was so much fun. Yeah. I don't remember the bazooka being a weapon, though. Is that weird to say? Like, as cool as that is to have that as an inclusion in the figure.
That's how you
I don't remember getting that.
Yeah, that's how you fight. What's his face? I don't think Claire gets it. Ada Wong throws it to Leon.
To Leon, I remember that, but it looks like Claire and Leon get it, and I'm like, I don't remember her having that. But anyways, I mean, who cares? It's a sweet accessory. So
and then the Resident Evil 3 remake takes place at the exact same time as Resident Evil 2. So if you could get both of those games, oh my god, they're so amazing.
I still need to play 3 actually. Waiting for it to get down to $10, then I'm gonna strike.
It's so good. Jill is such an amazing. I like Jill way more than I like Claire, but
look how annoyed Zach is with all this. Resident
I
Evil
love these figures. Yeah, Resident Evil is just like.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just watching the clock.
After Resident Evil 3, it takes a hard turn into why am I playing those? So.
I think, if I remember correctly, one of the better Oculus games is a Resident Evil game. I think it's like Resident Evil
That'd be scary.
Alexi or something like that.
Oh, okay. I know they did a VR version of 4 as well.
Yeah, that's coming out at the end of this year.
Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, Resident Evil 4. Yeah.
Oh, is that
How many
already out?
Resident Evils can they do?
Oh,
Yeah,
bro,
I know, right?
there's 8 of them now.
I will say,
I think they're starting to remake it again, aren't they? Not?
Yeah, they're remaking
revamping
4.
it again.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I will say I tried to do Resident Evil 7 in VR. Lasted about 10 minutes.
Shit your
Like
pants.
chills down my whole body. I was like, "There's no way, I'm out."
John, I will say with remaking these old games, it's
Oh, the graphics with the
Yeah.
PS. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How dare you, Equan? He says now Zach knows how it feels when he talks about Evangelion. How dare
I
you?
know about Evangelion.
How dare you? Now this is real timely. I think it was Ben last week mentioned that the movie is coming out. These are the Iconiq Studios Elvis 1/6
dare
scale
you.
collectible figures. We have, it looks like 2 versions: the Jailhouse Rock and then just sort of the traditional white suit Elvis figure. These, we don't have any information just yet. They're going up for pre-order on the 4th of July. Very important day there for the people of America. I think Elvis is a very famous musician. I think it's great that they're doing this. I won't be picking it up though, but I can't wait to see what they do with this one. What do you think, Dean?
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about like musicians are such huge parts of our lives, and seeing more musicians as collectibles is very cool. I'm not the biggest Elvis fan. I don't think I could name a single one of his songs. So, but I know people fucking love Elvis, and he's a huge icon. So this is really cool to see, and it's nice to see Iconiq Studios tackling this because they have treated their properties and their customers with respect. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah, Iconiq's been doing a great job, so this has a lot of potential. I would assume, this may be a stupid comment, but I would assume this is going to be Elvis's portrait, not from the movie. I would assume and hope that that's the case.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would also. There's no way I can imagine them.
Yeah. Doing it from the movie.
Yeah, there's zero. I mean, I don't know. It could be right, but 0.001% chance.
I personally haven't been exposed too much to Elvis. I know, like Dean said, tons of people love him. I know my dad was a fan, but he's iconic. He's up there with the greats. So I can see this doing well. Excited to see the portrait, and again, their customer service they've been very fluid with their with the community and their targets to achieving their goals with their figures. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
There you go. Let's I don't want to cut you guys off here, but we have John with Queen Studios joining us live. Hey John, how's it going?
Hi guys, how's it going? I'm good.
Good. So I know we only have you for about 30 minutes, so if you don't mind, we will get right into it.
No worries.
I know the last time that we talked in private, we had mentioned maybe creating a fan poll for the Moria staff, and I'm curious, were you guys surprised at how that went in terms of, I think it was something like 94-95% in favor of a delay to get that staff? Was that something you guys were expecting, or do you think it'd be more 50-50, 60-40 kind of thing?
It's not always easy to tell, just because in general, when you get the feedback, there's like the negativity bias. It's like we tend to focus on not negatives, but the points where we've missed something, and it's hard to gauge, is that everyone or just a handful of vocal people? So for us, we want to like see what's the true feeling, the consensus. So I think when we saw that, I was like, okay, actually it's quite a few people. And we did the same thing in our domestic market, and we've done lots of research, and that's why we didn't want to rush into any decision immediately. But yeah, it was surprising, but also good to see people were willing to engage with us on that as well.
Yeah, and we can't give you guys enough props on that because, we had said, especially with some of the things you guys mentioned in the past, wanting to hear the feedback from the collectors and really be a part of the community. I think we all tipped our hats to you guys last week. With the addition of the staff, what kind of delay, if any, should collectors expect for that to be added? And then also, could you tell us where you guys are at with the process of researching that staff, designing it? When will the collectors be able to see what it's going to look like?
I'm not sure when you can see like the physical prototype. When I walk around the office, I've seen them like doing the sculpts now. So I've seen someone working on that already.
Nice.
I'm not sure when we can see the physical one. I think we have to still submit it. I think for us, we can get everything moved forward and it should be able to get approved. It could just delay the release a little bit rather than the pre-order. I'm not sure if the pre-order's extended or not. I didn't check on that. But it could cause a slight delay, not by a lot, maybe by a month and a half. I don't know, around that time. It's hard to say until things move along, but it will be added.
And I know in that statement that you guys put out, let me pull it up right here. You guys had mentioned that you guys want to make sure these figures and collectibles have that next level accuracy that the 160 collector fans really like. With that in mind, do you guys have any confirmation as to whether the pants, which we've talked about quite a few times in private, if those were going to be made more accurate? I think presently they're missing the print motif on the bottom of the legs that the physical prop has. Is there any word on that, or if anything, when would collectors hear about those pants?
So that one's a difficult one because you guys have been sending me lots of resources and research, and some of the resources that I looked at based on what you guys sent me and what I could find online, they're not official sources. And sometimes when you submit, for example, if I write like a certificate or a web page in English, they'll ask what is our source, and it has to be like a official source. So a lot of the images that we used, and I think this was something that caused confusion when we first announced the statue as well, is that we used the stills from like when I forgot his name now, the guy that plays
Ian
Gandalf.
McKellen.
Ian McKellen, that's it. When Ian McKellen like did his wardrobe fitting, we used a lot of those for designing, and we use a lot of those stills. The problem is when we're looking through the movie, there's no real shots of that pattern.
It's really hard to find a good shot of it.
Yeah.
I think in the movie there's like a few moments where you could just like if you pause it perfectly, but it's very difficult to see. I think for me, I know those aren't official sites that have it, but they're quoting people that have had hands on the prop, and then the fact that like the sideshow statues, the sideshow figures, the Asmus figures have it. I think it's like a well-known fact that the props themselves also had it. And so I'm just curious. Do you know? So I guess is that not going to happen, or are you guys still researching it?
They're still looking into it. They've not got back to me on that. I watched an interview with the prop designer as well, the woman that designed all of the outfits, and she was talking about the incredible detail that you don't see on screen, that they kept it in because they read the books and studied it. And I think we're trying to use that in our references, but they've just not confirmed that with us yet.
Gotcha.
All right, John, I got a quick question. Thank you. Thanks for hopping on and again taking the time to talk to us. Mentioned it on another stream. Maybe we can get an update on possibly getting Viper on the show with a translator.
Yeah. At the moment, he's working on the Pennywise figure. And I think there could be an announcement today about Pennywise.
Okay.
So he's also been back and forth between the factories and the different places trying to get things moving. So it's not been easy to pin him down. But once things calm down a little bit, I'll see if we can get a translator, someone. The problem is with the translator is that it's easy to find people that can speak English and Chinese here. The problem is it's when you get into the technical language, it's difficult to find someone that speaks to that level of detail. So we'll find someone to be able to do that.
But we'll debut it on CW. This is his first interview. Deal?
We'll try.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you, man.
No worries.
What do you got, Marco?
Yeah, John, again, want to thank you for your time and just really appreciate all the transparency. It's just really refreshing and incredible. So I do have a question about the Joker release, which I'm so incredibly excited to get in hand. When might we expect an update from your team on, how the progress is going and, how maybe an update to the prototype?
So the CEO came to me about a few weeks ago and he said in the next few months we should be expecting a prototype. So that's like a not very specific answer, but I'm guessing from what he's saying, won't be July, could be around August, end of August, we could see a prototype, and then we'll see if we can get them to some collectors to share their opinions and thoughts on that as well.
Terrific. That's really exciting. Thank you. I'm looking forward to that. And I did have one other question regarding, you could tell I'm a big Batman guy, regarding the tease of the Batman. Just curious, before the official window opens up to order the Batman, is there going to be time for collectors to kind of give their input on the prototypes that they're going to see either from the Bruce Wayne or the Batman or the Batmobile?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Batmobile. I've not heard too much about that. But we did ask a few people about what kind of accessories people would want. And maybe if you guys let us know in the group, just what are the key accessories. I think we've already got a list, and a lot of them we already had, but we don't want to miss anything in time. And I think at the moment they've asked some feedback from some collectors about their laptop, because we've not got any pictures of the back of their laptop. We've got a lot of front facing from the movie, so they're just studying the movie now. It's coming out again on HBO Max soon, I think. So yeah, they're still working on those right now, so we could get feedback from you guys on that, and then we'll share updates as and when we've got them.
Yeah, John, I wanted to ask you as well. So do you guys know possibly what accessories you're thinking of including so far? And I want to piggyback on that, because I know we do some polls in the InArt group, but what's the best way to kind of get answers for you? Because if you get a poll, you can have multiple votes in, let's say, one category that skyrocket, but if you have the ability to include multiple accessories, other accessories may not get the votes. So how would you guys rather a post with people making comments suggesting what accessories to include, or would you like it to be a poll with everything listed?
Yeah, it's a good point. Maybe if we did it the comments way, so then what we could do is we could put it copy everything into Excel, and then there's ways to like see how like count the crossovers and see how many each one. Maybe that's we're open to your guys' suggestions. The best way to collect feedback. I think we'll have a lot.
Oh, we're losing you just a little bit, John. We're losing you just a little bit.
Yeah.
We lost John just for a bit. Stay tuned. We'll see if we can get John back. I think Dean has a question here up next.
There he is.
How about now?
Perfect.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was. That's what I was wondering. The best way to. I know when you do a post and you get the comments, I know it's a little bit more work to have to read through the comments, but I think that's a more effective way than just putting in a poll, because then you have such a large poll with numbers scattered that basically don't really mean anything.
Yeah, you're right. That's the challenge. We've got to figure out how do we get that information and aggregate it in a way, because we've got a lot of other stuff to do, but this is important. Polls just seemed easier in the beginning just to see, but as you mentioned, some things get upvoted, some things drop down.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's probably the things we've already got that's going to be at the top.
Exactly.
Where we want to get
that's what's happening.
And
exactly,
also, people may not know they can select more than one answer. I've seen a lot of the polls are very disproportionate when there's, maybe 20 accessories you can include. There's a few that are obviously overwhelmingly there. Dean, go ahead.
Yeah, I had a question about the upcoming Batman figures. Do you guys know if you guys are going to be doing separate releases, or maybe like a 2-pack with the Batman in his suit, and then Bruce Wayne in his tuxedo, overcoat. Like, do you guys know how you're going to do that? Like 2 separate releases, or?
I don't think it's been decided yet because the feedback for the Joker about the 2-pack wasn't very popular. So some people didn't mind it. Some people thought it's a little bit pricey. They'd rather separate it out. So I think they're still looking at that now. So yeah, sorry I can't give you all the answers, but
no, it's okay.
With this one, they're still thinking about what's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's really encouraging to hear, actually, that you're considering breaking them out. That would be
definitely. That was one of the concerns that we had heard was like, why do I have to spend $1,000 on this when, in theory, if I could spend $500 and I can just take the jacket honor off myself. Definitely a big concern there. I know you had asked a few of us Lord of the Ring collectors if there was any other figures that we were interested in. We'd given you kind of like a needs list, a wants list, a would-be cool list. Do you have any update on any other Lord of the Rings figures you guys may have planned outside of the ones that you guys have teased formally?
Not outside of the ones that we've teased. I've seen just a few videos of like the team working on Legolas, and it looks pretty cool. But outside of that, what that was for is we're submitting our line plan for next year. So
gotcha.
When we submit our line plan, we need to usually do it a year in advance, and then the licensor goes through and looks at certain things, and they'll just give us feedback, and then we just go through this process. So At the moment, that was for that.
Yeah, definitely. I know you mentioned prototypes a few minutes ago. Is there any possibility that some of these channels that are having you guys on, ourselves included, might be eligible for review samples of figures that you guys are releasing, or maybe even, I want to say prototypes. I know those are probably pretty well guarded. But do you guys plan? I know like different companies like Lego, they have an ambassador program. Other 1/6 scale company manufacturers, they'll send out to people that do these kind of streams for the purpose of review and discussion. Does Queen have anything like that planned for the 1/6 scale line?
We will do. That's something that we need to work on. I'm not sure for the Joker, but for some following figures, we should be able to do something like that. We need to go like identify what's the process and who do we offer these to. I think for the globally licensed stuff, that should be easy for us to do. And yeah, we can chat with you guys about that, find out the best way.
Yeah, if you happen to have a Gandalf or 2 extra, I mean, holla at your boy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. I think with those companies, it's really nice to get like that early feedback. When people are waiting and they're still paying on it, they want to see what what it's going to be like. And I mean, I just think it helps kind of get the word out there too.
Yep.
If you are in the chat and you have any other questions, please let us know. Or if any of you guys here right now have any questions, we have a few more minutes with John. I know Badfish here is saying, take your time on the Joker. Give us time to set money aside for each payment. And I know from that Moria thing, John, we've had quite a few people that said that they had ordered it because of that. So I think it was probably 6 or 7 just in our little circle. And John did it myself because of that change. So big shout out there. Marco, you said you had another question. Go ahead, please.
So, John, I know you released the kind of schedule. Well, it's not a schedule, but a list of figures that may be coming or announced over the next 2 years, which is great. And I really am excited you did that because I can get my wallet ready. But curious, is there any room to amend that list or to add additional based on fan feedback or kind of where the market's at? We were mentioning with the Batman figure, there's still kind of a need in the market for certain complementary characters from that line. So is it possible to, add or amend?
Yeah. So I think on another stream a few weeks ago, someone asked about this phase 1, phase 2 plan. In general, this is what our best intentions are. This is what we're going to try and meet. A lot of the time there's external factors. A lot of the time it's the licensor and other things that can slow things down, speed things up. Sometimes we might have to drop things down a little bit depending on a few different things. So we can add to it and we can shift a few things around. It's just that's what we're aiming towards. That's like our goal. And we share that with people just so that they can see, like you mentioned, this is coming up. I can look out for that one. And I think it's just a good way. We've had a lot of good feedback. People can plan their pre-orders around that. So that's why we do it. And I think I mentioned in a private message before I joined that we're working on a global license right now. I can't say what it is, but we're still working with the licensor. And if we sign that contract in the next few weeks, that would be added in to the third or early fourth quarter of this year.
Terrific. Thank you for clarifying.
John, just to ask you a quick question in regards to the statue front for all our statue collectors in the community. Anything on the docket that you guys are planning to possibly that we could get excited for reveal soon?
What's exciting?
And you guys just showed us the Captain America bust that came out.
Yeah,
beautiful.
So that came out at the weekend. So that's another one where we released that in November last year, I think, or December. And a lot of people weren't happy with the amputee looking arm. Yeah. So we added the shield, the broken shield.
Yeah, it looks great.
So that's licensed in the US. I think the next big one for the US would be Thor. And it should be Thor from Endgame. So that should be dropping in around August. And as well, a half-scale Spider-Man with Tom Holland likeness as well.
Oh, wow.
That should be coming in July, August time as well.
And the Thor will be quarter scale?
So Thor's going to be 1-to-1 bust as well.
Oh, it's going to be a bust. Okay.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
The Clone Collector asks if you can let us know what figure is next after Pennywise.
I think it could be Batman next. So I've seen the schedule, and it's changed a few times. It's gone back and forth between Pennywise and Batman for who's next. It just depends on which parts get approved faster. So I think Pennywise, as I mentioned, will be announcing something today about that. And then Batman should be next in August, I believe. July.
We have just a few more questions. I know you have just a little bit of time with us here. GD wants to know, maybe more casually, John, where did you get your party shirt at? Look at that
in the
handsome
UK.
guy. There you go. You'll love to see it.
Great.
It's like I don't know what degrees it is in Fahrenheit, but it's like 38 degrees Celsius here, so it's absolutely boiling. So you've got to rock the party shirt for this weather.
There you go. John, there's a statue question. Do you want to go ahead and read this one, or I can? I will. It's are the leaning issues for the quarter scale Joker statue being addressed?
Yes. So I think what's happened with that is the way we ship our statues, and it's similar. It should be similar with figures. Is we'll ship it like a batch first, and the first batch that comes out, there's but we usually do that so we can spot any issues early on, and then we can address them. So a lot of the images that are circulating are images from like the very first batch, and there's been some comparisons to Michael Jackson with the lean.
Criminal.
Yeah, we've seen that. So we have addressed that, and the future batches shouldn't have that problem. And the customers that had that problem, we have close communications with to fix it as well.
I guess maybe just going. I do want to ask DJ's question here, but just to jump off of that one, a lot of us collectors that are buying into the Joker or buying into the Gandalf, for example, we're not technically doing it through the legitimate channels. Obviously, those figures aren't licensed for our areas, and so we're going through these third-party resellers to get them. If there are any issues with either of those figures, is Queen going to be able to facilitate exchanges or returns? Because we're out of the territories they're supposed to be sold in, or are we basically on our own to have to deal with the retailer to get those issues solved?
So we do explain on our website how the customer service works in general. Anything that's bought directly from us, we can fix it. If it's not bought directly from us, it has to go through the person you bought from. Gotcha. And then whoever buys from us, it's like with our partners, if they have a problem, they're supposed to deal with it because we don't have any order history. This works for all of our pre-orders. If you haven't bought it from us, we can't check if it's legitimately from us. So we can't check the order history. So that's usually how these kind of things work.
Gotcha. Last question, and then I think we're kind of out of time here. DJ says, are you willing to make animated media-based figures? He recommends Attack on Titan 1/6 scale, but just in general, are there any animated figures that you were looking at?
Animated. So what kind of genre in animation?
I would assume either 3D animated, 2D animated, anime type stuff.
Anime, yes, there should be. I know that we're working, because Japan's close to China anyway, we're working with a few different licenses for like anime statues, 1/6, and some bigger statues, and then also possibly figures. Other animations, I'm not sure right now. We're still going through our different licenses and speaking with the different companies.
Gotcha. Ben, did you want to add anything before we
yeah, definitely. I didn't want to seem standoffish, John, because I didn't have nearly as many questions as these lovely guys did for you. But I did want to say thank you for being so receptive to my friends here in the network as well as in the chat. You know, it made me buy the Gandalf figure. As soon as you guys made that call, I pulled the trigger, and I said that I would. I said if they thought it and they did it and they executed it, that I would buy it, and sure enough, I did. And so I'm really excited to have that guy in my collection. But what I'm more happy to see is, you know, my friends like Zach and, you know, Mark Pearson in the chat and like so many others out there who are just so wildly excited that they're getting that much more accurate of a figure in their collection. It's a crazy win for you guys, and I know that not even just in this chat on Tuesdays, but virtually every chat that I'm in, everybody's been talking about it. So great job on that. Thank you so much for making yourself available for us again.
No worries.
And it was great to meet you, for sure.
Yeah, great to meet you as well. I think in general, we want to communicate as much as possible, and if there's something we need to change, we'll listen to you. And we can't promise the change every time, but the community is so powerful, and we listen to you guys. And if you keep bringing something up, we'll definitely consider it and we'll discuss it. And the reason why we didn't make that change immediately is because these things do take a lot of time, and there's a lot of conversations on this side. So if it looks like we're doing nothing, we are thinking about it, we're talking about it, and it's not as easy saying yes or no. So yeah. I can't promise every time, but we'll always listen and we'll try to communicate.
I think I was hitting you up like daily on that one.
Yeah.
Literally. I apologize. I'm very passionate about that character. John,
yeah.
I appreciate your time. Do you have any closing remarks that you wanted to give the collectors, people watching?
Not that I can think of. We're just going to announce Pennywise today. I think we'll be sharing something today, and from the prototype, it looks pretty cool from what I've seen. I know some people say, well, Pennywise likeness, it's like there's no real character likeness anyway, but still, even down to the balloon that we've got, the quality of the accessory of the balloon's amazing. So I think that's going to be cool. We're working really hard behind the scenes to get more licenses globally, so you guys can have an order direct or order from some more preferred channels. So that's basically what we're working on. So we've been a little bit quiet recently, but that's because we're doing the work behind the scenes. And then hopefully this year or maybe early next year we can get out of China to the US and take some of these figures on the road before they start to ship as well.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much for your time, John. I know you're a busy man, and we appreciate all the correspondence, all the transparency, and yeah, it's the fact that you guys made that change with the staff was legendary, and just the continued communication is greatly appreciated, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Brother.
Take care.
See you. Bye.
Cheers. Thanks, Sean.
What an absolute angel. What an angel.
Legend.
You know what the most shocking thing in that interview was? The most shocking tidbit of information.
There's no party shirts in China.
I'm shocked.
I hate to hear it.
I found it out today. I'm shocked. Ben ordered Gandalf? You love to hear it.
You didn't know that? Oh, I thought I told you.
No,
you didn't tell us.
You didn't tell us.
I thought I told you. No, straight up. I said if they make the change, I will pull the trigger, and sure enough, they did. So I'm like, fuck yeah.
Oh,
I'm excited.
love to hear it.
Let's catch up on some of these comments here. Badfish Queen's communication with the community has been unreal. Logan hoped to see NR go somewhat deep with the Game of Thrones line, like the Lord of the Rings line that has been teased. Nicolio, the degree of transparency and direct engagement with the community is fantastic and immensely appreciated. Thank you, John. Single songwriter, we understand there's always red tape and hoops to jump through, but we have faith everything will work out good for the collectors.
Of course.
I did not mean to cut you guys off, but we only had 30 minutes with John. Our John, Marco, and Ben, do you guys have anything you want to add about this figure if you haven't already?
Yeah,
By the
About
way,
this
I was
figure?
disappointed my question about Star Trek figures didn't get asked.
Of course not.
I mean, you had a document.
I'm a little disappointed.
Okay, first off, okay, this is a big opportunity for us, and we don't want to sit there like
Talking about
I know.
with our John
Star
in our
Trek.
hands. So I put up a doc and I said, everyone put your questions in here, and we'll make sure they're good questions. We'll organize them so we can be very efficient during these times. And Ben's sitting there twiddling his thumbs during the interview. Like,
Hey, no,
I don't want to be
was just
standoffish. I'm
listening,
like, my guy, ask a question.
You guys had all the questions. You didn't leave any meat on the bone, like John would say.
So much meat on the bone. You could have asked your question.
So
Why were you
much.
typing
You could
it?
have
You're
asked
in
the Star Trek
show.
question,
You're in
exactly.
the
I was
show.
kidding. I don't want them
Listen.
to make Star Trek. It'll make Exo-6 quit their
Non-Jim-
jobs entirely.
Non-Jim will forget
They'll
the
cut-
Exo-6 will
they'll
go
cut-
fucking-
They'll cut off Canada entirely. They'll be like, that Ben guy, he fucked it up.
Non-Jim's heart almost exploded with the green suit dilemma. He's gonna.
I just want to say, I know we don't have anything in hand yet, but I told you, relax, have faith in the company. They're gonna execute it. Patience.
Okay, but we
and
had
have
to
faith.
be
I know,
on them.
but just have faith. Now everybody's on board with Queen. You love to see it.
You love to see it.
You guys were in
another-
other stream chats and everything. Fucking
I know.
Yeah, that's how
on
you
them.
get things done, Ben. We don't twiddle thumbs while
I
we're
like
on.
that.
We
No,
got
we're not-
interviews here. We're twiddling thumbs here. Like we got to get things done.
Yeah,
And to
but,
tear off of that, I know we've still got the Iconiq up here. I just want to say, just really quickly, because now I've invested in 2 of their figures. They haven't released any 1/6 that I have in hand yet, right? And so I'm just like Queen. I'm very optimistic, but I'm going to need them to show me before I think I can really dive down and invest further. But I do recall. Remind me again, Zach, the gentleman's name.
John.
John. There you go.
So you talk about from Iconiq or Queen?
Yeah, from Iconiq.
From Iconiq. No,
Oh,
Andrew.
I'm sorry, Andrew. I'm sorry.
Andrew. Okay, there you go. I remember Andrew said on OFAC that they took a meeting with the NFL, and so I would just again love to see them make some sports.
I
figures.
missed that completely.
Oh wow, you're a casual fan. No,
How dare you.
so hopefully I hope they all do well. I hope this one does well, and I hope they get to sports figures.
We'll get there,
100%.
Lane.
Yeah, Lane,
don't
give
jump
us
the gun.
give us 30 seconds. John or Dean rather. Jada
dare you.
Toys 1/24th scale Robotech Supra Rick.
And
What's
Roy.
Rick's last name? I'm trying to remember.
Hunter.
Roy Fokker. Rick Hunter and Roy Fokker. There you go.
Hold on a second. His last name's Roy Fokker. His name's Roy Fokker.
Yeah.
I hardly knew her.
He's got nipples, John. Can you milk him?
Jesus Christ.
There you go. So what are these? Are these like going to be at Walmart? These diecast cars? Or are they like
Bro,
import only?
I have no idea. They popped up out of nowhere. I saw them on a like an Instagram post. I thought they were customs. I was like, oh, that looks cool. And then they popped up on Mercari. I was like, wait, what the fuck are these? So I looked them up. Sure enough, they're coming out. Someplace, I think Entertainment Earth says they come out in September, but there's like websites with them in stock. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But they took me by surprise. They're also coming out with Max and I believe Miria. But
Wow.
they each have a Supra, and it looks kind of like their respective VF1s. Yeah, so it's very cool. And you got a little... I could honestly really care less about the Supra. I do like the Supra, and it's cool they look like the ships. But
You want to put it next to your cockpit?
hell yeah, dude. But yeah, I like the Roy and the Rick is kind of what I'm after. But they're about $30 each, so it's not bad. I'll be ordering those on payday.
The Clone Collector says, credit to John and myself for being so consistent, making the Moria staff happen. You'll love to see it. And Mario says, what the fuck is this abomination?
Yeah,
I
like I said,
I feel
don't
bad
care
for
about
Mark.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to get to the comment next. Go ahead, John.
Mark says, hate hearing Pennywise questions. When Lord of the Rings has one other 1/6 line. Meanwhile, he's got 50 clown figures from a remake movie. Mark, Legolas is on the way, buddy. No stress.
Jesus Christ. Hold your horses, Mark. Hot Toys released the Mysterio Illusion Iron Man. I think sculpting and the painting on this figure is incredible. A lot of people are saying this may be their favorite Iron Man ever. I think it's probably a bit too early for that. But it does look fantastic. And, I'm curious, does anyone on the panel have this on order?
I don't have it on order, but I think when I first saw the photos of this, I think it was executed so well. The attention to detail, and I can only imagine what this is going to look like in hand. It's different, right? It really is different. The only thing that shocked me, it was a sticker shock. The price point. I think it was what, over 400, no?
Is it die cast?
Yeah,
No,
it's quite
plastic.
expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive. But it is a good looking figure. But it's a little morbid too, right? You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know, there's a lot of emotion around this figure. You get to see Iron Man with a skull, it's like, damn.
John, I just want to go off of what you're saying. Go ahead, Dean, you first.
Oh, I was just gonna say I don't really understand this figure at all.
Lane says no diecast. Sorry, Dean, for interrupting.
Wow.
It's from the movie, my guy.
No, I know what it is, but it's like this suit of armor wasn't like nanotech. It was like a regular suit.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it rotting? I don't get it. Like,
why would the nanotech?
Well, it's like battle damage, right? It's like
corroding,
it,
like corrosion.
I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
In the
but-
movie, it got dirty. I mean, it's just dirty.
That's dirty. Look.
No, it's heavily weathered. It's
Yeah, it's like maybe that's how he died in the suit. Like it's.
But
Well,
he
it's
did
also
die in
it's
that
a
suit.
Mysterio
suit from,
illusion.
like-
Well,
too,
he also
right?
didn't come back alive, so.
I know. I'm just saying that
dingus.
suit's from like fucking 4 movies ago. Mysterio's way out of the loop, guys.
It's a guy who flies around in a metal suit of armor, and that's what you're picking on? No.
Fighting against
Watch
aliens
the
and
films.
gods. Did you just say films? Anyways, let's. I guess let's move on here.
It's different.
Or
No,
go
no,
ahead,
Can I
wait.
just tear off
I have a
of what-
take. I have a take too.
Hold
Go
on,
ahead. Go ahead, Marco.
Marco
I
was.
thought Ben was going to comment his take.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was going to say it.
No, I just want to again agree with John. Like it looks fantastic, but the price is like disproportionate, and I don't think we need to be paying these prices unless it was such a small batch where it'll sell out quickly. But there's just so much coming out. You don't have to pay $425 for this. You could probably get this from Hong Kong down the line for $350 or less. So I think this is one that if you really want, be patient. You could get a good deal on it, likely.
I was gonna say it would make one heck of an expensive Halloween display, but it would be cool to see this guy paired with Zombie Deadpool.
Yeah, good point.
Zombie Cap, like Zombie Strange. Like
Yeah.
he would pair well with some of the other figures that are coming out. And my only takeaway with this, I saw somebody mention in a comment the other day on, I think it was Facebook, that they thought it looked like a Power Pose figure, which I thought was strange because if that's the case, like if it doesn't pose very well or if its articulation is limited, then I would say the price does seem a little high, despite the fact that the paintwork is pretty crazy on it. It's not one that I would put in my collection, I don't think, but mostly because I want Gigi and Marco to come visit me one day, and Gigi said she hates this figure and that she'd burn her house to the ground if Marco tries to bring it in. So
Man, I
you
guess
can
our
stay
house
here,
is burning,
Gigi. It's
bro.
a safe environment. Here.
He might get you to cut the grass, but besides that,
Yeah, and stain and sand the deck.
You might have to cut the grass.
Jesus Christ.
Real reason.
Use that Latin lawn effort.
if you know, you know.
Just to clarify, though, it is not Power Pose.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
This
Thanks,
was
Lane.
a slide for the Queen interview, but John, can we hear about our amazing sponsor?
Definitely, guys. We want to thank 1/6 Corner. Their mission is to provide best figures and collectibles to their customers. They offer great prices, great packaging, fast shipping, and best in the business customer service. Collecting Weekly listeners get 10% off in-stock figures while our show is live. Be sure to use code CW10, that's capital C, capital W10. You choose your figures, pay safely with PayPal, and leave the rest to them.
You love to hear it. This was just a little bit of something that happened this week. I think this is something going on in Australia. But apparently, Pop Culture is saying many of our powered products have been ruled non-compliant under the Consumer Goods Products Containing Button/Coin Battery Safety Standard 2020. This world-first standard became effective on the 22nd of June 2022 and is only applicable to Australian consumers. We are working our way through on many products containing button and cell batteries to make these compliant where possible. Products that cannot be made compliant, we are marking with international sales only in the product code/description and the below paragraph within the description field of the product, which makes a lot of sense because I saw their quarter scale Iron Man as international only and I did not understand what that meant. They said that new products still in transit to us will also need to be tested for compliance. Therefore, we may not be able to supply an answer about compliance for all products immediately. We'll notify all customers as soon as product is deemed non-compliant. If at any point we cannot supply a product due to these standards, a full refund will be available. And they apologize for the inconvenience. But I guess probably some kid swallowed a battery somewhere or some shit happened and they made this change. So I don't particularly necessarily buy from Pop Culture, but this really wouldn't affect me. It seems like it's only for those in Australia, but definitely going to be something interesting because Hot Toys does pack in those batteries for a lot of their figures. Definitely not an insignificant number of figures. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with companies like Pop Culture and any other company shipping into Australia.
Yeah, that's really. I mean, I guess I don't know what the political issue is behind changing the fucking batteries or having them comply, but it seems like such a weird thing. But
I think it's more like they're not willing or not able for probably a number of reasons to open the packages and remove the batteries. So I think that's what they're saying. It's like if they're not compliant, we have to just sell them internationally until either Hot Toys makes a change or,
But how are the batteries not, what do they need to comply with?
I mean, I can look it up right now. Let's
it just
see.
seems kind of goofy.
No, I only ask because is it a case where their batteries are exploding or in the heat or whatnot, or you know what I mean?
It could be. It's very hot over there.
Something had to have changed because it's
it can't be that hot, bro.
Well, you know what I mean. Like I don't understand. They've been selling Hot Toys forever. What happened then?
No, that's why I'm with you, John.
And why just Australia?
Yeah. What do they know that we don't? What the fuck? Maybe I don't want the goddamn batteries. What the hell?
Kangaroo got to it.
And Australians are like, hey, we'll sell it to you. It's like, it's not good enough for you. Sorry.
Well, our safety standards are much less, Dean. As a father, you should know this. All consumer goods that contain a button.
What if Kevin got a battery?
Yeah, thank you. A button/coin battery must be secure, must not release the batteries during reasonable foreseeable use or misuse of the product. This is mandatory whether or not the battery is intended to be used or replaceable. If the goods contain button/coin batteries that are intended for use or replaceable, they must have a secure battery compartment that is resistant to being opened by young children. A lot of the Hot Toys have screws, but some of them do have those little tabs, if I'm not mistaken, on the bases. And it does say there's some exclusions, but it's mostly for hearing aid stuff.
Something must have happened.
Yeah, some kid probably got hurt.
Fucking kids ruin everything, bro.
Mommy, what's this candy?
I mean, up until about a week ago. I mean, anyways,
that was like 2 days ago.
I know.
That was yesterday.
One of the greatest comments we've ever gotten. Check out Unboxing to read the comments. Amazing. Our topic for tonight is exceeding expectations. When you buy a figure and you were just blown away by the quality, like maybe it was a good figure, you knew it was gonna be good, but holy shit, you have it in hand and it's just fucking fantastic. For me, the first one, Sideshow Comic Batman. This is from their classic comic line. It's not based off of any particular comic iteration. It's sort of like a amalgamation of Silver and I think Gold Age, but it is just a stunning figure. The sculpting on it, the outfit, the body, the accessories. There's not a ton of paintwork, but what little that is there is fantastic. Little die-cast accents on the boots with the batarangs being die-cast also. It's such a good figure, in fact. I was on eBay last night looking, and I was like, oh, cool, there's the Noir version, which is like a black grayscale type. Same figure, but just in black and grayscale. And I was like, oh, cool, it's in this city, which I know my friend lives in. And I was like, oh, shit, my friend is selling this. And it turns out Chris Letty was selling it, and he's selling it for the one, the only Brenton Palmer. And so we're working on a deal for it. Hopefully we can dot the I's and cross the T's, and I'll be able to have both the Noir and the regular version in the collection. But yeah, it's one of those figures. I bought it a long time ago. I sold it because I needed to sell it, needed to buy some things. I purchased it back, and it's been one of my absolute favorite figures in the collection since then. So much so that I'm going to be buying a second one. The next one is the Super Mad Toys Blade Hunter 2046. This is a figure sort of like how annoying we were with the Moria staff. Dean and I back in the day were as annoying with this figure. Delay after delay after delay. This was before COVID, right? Before people had somewhat of a good excuse to delay things. But I mean, we're talking 2 years plus. Back when Hot Toys was like at an 8 to 12 month lead time.
Bro, it was like almost the whole length of the show.
Yeah, it's up until that point. And when I got it, I was just floored. I was blown away. The quality was excellent. The portraits were fantastic. The accessories. I mean, you could tell that they used the time with the delay to really give us a stunning product. And even now, I think it blows away most customs that I've seen. Maybe the Jinx portrait is better. It probably is. But I'm talking like most other third-party figures and custom outfits. I think this one still does a great job in the collection, even with all those other options out there. The last figure was the Sentinel Miles Morales. I really knew, like I wanted to believe this would be good, but it seemed too good to be true when it was announced. I had, at the time, I still have every Marvel Legends Miles Morales, and I also had the Mafex Miles Morales. The day that I got this figure, I sold the Mafex. It just blew it out of the water. And Mafex really isn't a company that usually gets like put on like that. Like Mafex is really up there at the top of the game, but for Sentinel to come out swinging with this SV action Miles Morales, it is just an incredible figure. I keep it on my desk right in front of me at all times just to mess with it. It's a great figure. It was a great price. We got them for like a stupid deal because of some GameStop glitch. And yeah, it's definitely one of the figures that, you know, I didn't really know what to expect. I've seen some Sentinel stuff in the past and they were not particularly reviewed very well. But this was easily one of the highest quality figures I've ever handled up to this point. And it's definitely one of the top figures in my collection. Dean, what about you?
Yeah, so I also have the Blade Hunter 2046 Officer K on my list. Zach wouldn't shut up about it, and I had the opportunity to buy it, and dear God, it's one of the greatest figures in my collection. The tailoring, the materials used, the tiny little details, especially for like what boils down to like a guy in a sweater and a jacket. Like there's not too much to the character, and then the accessories are done so well, and then like I said, the tailoring and the materials blow this figure like blew my expectations completely out of the water. For how good Zach said it was, I was still like blown away by how great it actually was. So that figure will forever be on my list of like shit that like resonates in my mind. Like, oh man, I remember when I unboxed that, how incredible it actually was. Second one on my list is the flag set modern battlefield, whatever, end war Ghost from Modern Warfare 2, or the new iteration of Modern Warfare. He's so cool in the game. I was like, yeah, like Warzone is a fun game. I play with my friends. I always pick Ghost anyway. I want to have like that representation on my shelf. And holy shit, this figure again blew me away. Like the body they used is like totally unique. I've never seen it before or since. It's like heavy. Like I almost thought like the torso and the arms were like die cast because he's got like some like tattoos on his arm, and all the material used, all the military accessories like function, you know, like they do in real life. It's really cool. I was totally blown away by how great I actually thought it was. Because, you know, it's third party. I was like, it's probably going to be okay at the very least, but it's actually fucking solid. And then last on my list is the Game Toys Cloud. Figures are very rarely better than their prototypes, and dear God, this figure is way better than their prototypes. In fact, so much so I was looking for pictures to send Zach for this, and all the pictures that they solicited like do this figure no justice at all. It's absolutely incredible. I keep him on my desk. He's right here. So freaking amazing. If you get a chance to get one, do it. Don't even think about it. So good. But yeah, that's my list.
Is that why you're so successful with the ladies, Dean? You say you've got a Ryan Gosling at home that you can show them?
Yeah.
From Blade Runner? 100%. I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my list over here is we're going a little old school. Hot Toys Godfather. Man, I remember opening this piece back in the day, and it was like, wow, jam packed. I know Damn Toys did one recently, and it's a nice upgrade. But man, when I opened this, the tailoring of the suit, even the box, they included like a 3D kind of felt through the box. It was classy, professional. It was like top of the line, top tier Hot Toys. You got everything. The rose, nice tailored suit, his chair, beautiful base. You got a backdrop. They even included a little manual with like information about like shots of the figure and information about the artists who work on it. It was like attention to detail was on point, and damn, I miss those days because it was exciting to collect. Value for dollar back in the day was 100% there. Still to this day, I still think this is one of their best figures. Next on the docket, another one, the DX07, the Luke DX07, another jam-packed. I think one of their first DXs, I think it was their first DX. Right, you guys remember?
Wasn't it their first figure? Like official?
I think it was.
It's
like a first official Star Wars figure.
I would say
yes.
it's DX07. So.
Oh no,
yeah,
DX07. No, that's what
yeah.
that's what I meant. First official Star Wars figure. And again, that's what drew me to the line. After that, I was into almost all of them. Just what you got out of the box. You got two actual fully functioning figures, not just the clothing, not just the, you know what I mean, the empty spot with no true type body or anything. Two full figures with two portraits, loads of accessories. One was battle damage, one was the clean version. Two bases. One with the antenna that you can hang from the ceiling. The other one was
it's like the
interior
Cloud City.
Yeah,
the Cloud City, and then you have the crotch grabber one.
Craziness. 3 bases total. Crazy release. I think I put another photo. I don't know if you included that one.
Yes, I did. Sorry.
Perfect. It shows.
Oh no, I didn't.
No,
sorry.
no, you didn't. Okay, it was just a photo of everything. It was just jam packed, loaded with accessories and true value for your dollar. Again, these were two perfect examples of that. Next one, not the biggest Ghost Rider fan, but this is still to this day one of my favorite figures. And we did an unboxing, I want to say it was last year, of this on the channel. And that was the first time I actually fully took it out of the box and lit it up. And damn, man, this thing in the dark, phenomenal. The bike looks great. Attention to detail is great. The portrait was lacking a bit, but the Nicolas Cage portrait, but regardless, this set, one of my favorites. These three, by far one of my favorites. And again, the value for the dollar that you're spending was incredible.
Definitely. Ben, I think these are yours.
Yeah, so if you guys go back a couple shows ago, a couple months now, I guess, like when I first started streaming with you guys a little bit more, we had the Electro come out for the Hot Toys. And at the time, I was like, oh, like, you could always custom, take the head sculpt off and make a Django Unchained. And Zach looked at me like I was crazy because he was like, haven't you seen the Present Toys one? And so I immediately went searching because Django is one of my brother's favorite characters of all time. And his birthday was in May. So I was able to get one from Facebook Marketplace, and he came and he opened it while I was here. So I got a chance to kind of see the figure in person before he took it home with him, which was sad and devastating all in one go. But it was one of the coolest and best represented figures I've seen in a long time, considering it's third party. I was blown away by how good it looked and how much it looked like Jamie Foxx, and the tailoring on the outfit and everything. Like, it was awesome. So props to Zach on that call out, because that one had completely missed my radar entirely, and my brother was very, very stoked for that. And then the Flash was a figure I was able to get on Facebook Marketplace again as well for $100. Right as the Hot Toys CW Flash was coming out. And I wasn't all that enamored by the Hot Toys version. I honestly thought, like, at least from the promo pics, that this guy looked better. And in hand, I was super happy for $100 for a figure. I think he looks like Grant Gustin from the movie The Flash. I thought the outfit was really good. he's not as swollen as he looks in the picture on his box art, but like that's okay. Like it's still a cool representation of that character from the first season. And that show, like, it kind of died for me a little bit after the second season, but the first 2 seasons I really enjoyed. So it was cool to have a Flash in my collection. And then lastly, Ghost of Tsushima is easily one of my favorite video games of all time. It was a masterfully done game. And I didn't get this figure in my collection, but I did hang out with a buddy about a month ago who had got it. He doesn't collect 6-scale figures like I do, but he loved the video game and he was able to secure this figure. And he had it in his collection with his video game setup, which was really, really cool. So I got a chance to see it. And like some of the die-cast materials that this guy comes with and the weight of his outfit and just like the way it looked, it was amazing. I'm sad that I missed it on my own collection, because now it's basically impossible to find, or at least it has been when I've been looking for it. So but yeah, the crazy materials in this guy. And if you haven't played the game and you've been on the fence about playing the game, I would 100% recommend it. It was very, very cool.
Do you usually have soy sauce with your Tsushima?
Did I say it wrong? Did I say it wrong?
No, you said it right.
I probably slurred my words because I'm nervous.
Wow. Why
What are you nervous for? We do this every week.
I'm just kidding. I get nervous every week.
You passed the probation period, brother.
Oh God,
weird guy. Marco wasn't actually supposed to be here today because we fucking hate him. But he is. I'm just kidding. No, he had work to do, and I think he got finished a bit early. Marco, tell us what we got here.
Yeah, first of all, I didn't know we could talk about Friends toys as well. So that's now I know.
Oh, was that cheating? Was that cheating?
Yeah, no, I'm totally joking, brother. The Baldo. So yeah, just a few examples, but this one really sticks out. This Venom figure, I had completely written off when it was announced. I was like, the movie was no good to me. It looks like a big toy. I just like completely thought it would not be coming to the collection. But after seeing some reviews and then finally getting it in hand, I was absolutely stunned by how this guy looks, like under the lights, all the the color purpling and the veins. Okay, it's getting weird, but yeah, it's just a really beautiful figure in hand. So way exceeded my expectations. And then another one that comes to mind is the Golden Armor Wonder Woman. I know I talk about that often, about the pictures not initially doing it justice, and then even the post-release pictures, me thinking, okay, this sculpt came out pretty not great. But then unboxing that was really blown away. So good examples and good reason to always, be evolving with your thought process and be open to the fact that, something could actually be good, and listen to your peers and to experts. And maybe you can find room for a figure in the collection that you didn't initially plan for.
Were you bummed that this one didn't come with a head sculpt, since they ended up re-releasing the newer version that had like 2 less tentacles, but the Eddie Brock head sculpt?
Well, no, because when they announced that Venom, when they announced that Carnage, I was really excited. So the fact that they threw in the sculpt is like a bonus for me, but I wanted that Carnage regardless. So it is, a bit of a bummer, but I'll have this guy for 2 years instead of waiting. So I think it's worth the trade-off.
I think this guy was one of the first videos I saw you and Gigi rate the ass on the figure in terms of pancakes, which I thought was hilarious, by the way, especially when it was Venom of all characters.
He's cheeked up, man. He is cheeked up.
I mean, right there, you can't be disappointed, right?
That's
so,
right. That
high
what sticks out in my mind. Exactly.
Double cheeked up on a Tuesday afternoon. Well, that was exhilarating. Maybe next week we'll do 3 figures that did not meet your expectations. Netflix is going to add a cheaper tier for customers who don't mind advertising. This ain't it, Chief. If to me, Netflix is just really fucking up lately, and I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I do not like it one bit.
That's some fucking horse shit. Like, that's the whole fucking point of paying for Netflix. Is so you don't have fucking commercials, you fucking assholes. Oh,
tell us how you really
God.
feel.
Like, if you're gonna have a commercial Netflix, don't fucking charge for it.
Bro, they have to make their money, man.
Bro,
that's where they're making the fucking money.
They ain't making money because people cancel. They just watch it, they cancel, the this, the that.
Yeah, but they make money on advertising. Like, you're already getting paid by the company advertising. don't. It's like YouTube. YouTube doesn't charge you to advertise. You want to pay the money they take.
This is
away
what
the
I need.
advertising.
This is what you should be
YouTube's a
worried
fucking
about.
asshole too.
This is
So
what you
fuck
should be
them.
worried about, okay? Is if
Whoa,
we
whoa.
are currently... Hold on, I know you're going to rip him for that, because I'll rip him, but I'll let you rip him for that. You, hopefully we're in the Netflix tier, that's already the expensive tier, and not the commercial tier.
Yeah, they're gonna be like
Right.
the new ad free is $3.
30
more.
bucks a flipping a month.
Like I'll watch ads, right? When I'm fucking watching Tubi that I downloaded and watched for free. I'm not fucking watching ads and also it was a fucking Hulu.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. Ain't
Yeah,
no
Peacock,
way.
Peacock too. They fucking. No, granted, I don't pay for Peacock. I get it from my friend, but he gave me his login. I'm watching and there's commercials. I'm like, bro, why the fuck are there commercials? He's like, oh, you got to pay for the more. I was like, but you're already paying. What the fuck is this? It's fucking horseshit.
In their defense, though, I think Disney Plus is considering this as well, right? Not that
Okay,
Disney is a
how
model under
dare they?
JPEG,
Disney's
right?
a
Like,
fucking
they're-
cocksucker.
Yeah, they're gonna nickel and dime us, but this is the type of goofy shit that you see when an institution is failing and they're doing some weird stuff. Like this reminded me of Blockbuster, Toys R Us, the United States.
Hey now,
So-
Toys R Us is accepted.
Wait, was that Blockbuster?
Canada. Okay.
Was that Toys R Us, the United States, or the United States? How dare you?
When it's a
Because you
failed
are correct.
institution.
What's Blockbuster? I only remember Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. By the way,
If you know, you know.
You know. I will say this: Prime does it too, but you can skip them. But it's like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm trying to watch The Boys season 5, episode 5. I don't need to see your fucking gabagool commercial. I always skip that shit.
Dude, I hate it when it's a commercial for the shit you're about to watch. Like, no shit, that's what I'm here for. Stop showing me this ad.
I don't understand how we moved
It's
away
like
from
when you're driving and it's like, does this ad work? Well, if you're calling us, it did. It's like,
No, history is it's backwards. You know how life works. Now with our PVRs, you can fast forward commercials, but now on the internet you got to watch the commercials. It's fucking the world. I'm telling you guys this right now. You hear it here first. The end of the world's coming. I'm telling you that.
Please.
It's gonna
I
be,
don't-
and it's going
It's
to be
already here,
because of
John.
Netflix.
I mean, Dean, you have a child now. You can't say that.
You can't say that.
Yeah.
Our movie of the week. Happy Father's Day, by the way. Our movie of the week was Creed, chosen by yours truly.
Horrible.
How dare you? This is
Oh,
a
sorry, I thought I was on
banger
mute.
film. How dare you? Adonis Johnson never knew his famous father, boxing champion Apollo Creed, who died before Adonis was born. However, boxing is in his blood, so he seeks out Rocky Balboa and asks the retired champ to be his trainer. Rocky sees much of Apollo and Adonis and agrees to mentor him, even as he battles an opponent deadlier than any in the ring. With Rocky's help, Adonis soon gets a title shot, but whether or not he has the true heart of a fighter remains to be seen. This is one of the greatest films of all time. I fucking love this movie. To me, I think when you're doing I don't want to call this a remake or like a maybe a revitalization's a better term. This does everything perfect, right? Like it shows that respect to the original. It's not a shot-for-shot remake, but certainly has very important, memorable things that it's paying homage to, and it fucking does everything right. Michael B. Jordan as Creed kills it. Sylvester Stallone kills it. It kind of I don't want to say retcons, but kind of like canonizes and like kind of helps some things in the franchise that I think a lot of fans either did or didn't like. Ryan Coogler directed this film, and it is just honestly one of my favorite films. The way that the fights are shot is so well done. Some of them are shot as if they're like a long one-take fight, and they're just done incredibly well. I think in one scene, Michael B. Jordan wasn't happy with the way one of the punches looked, so he actually like literally got knocked out for a shot because he's like, this just doesn't look right. Like you could tell he's pulling the punch, and he just got absolutely knocked out for the legitimacy of the shot. And it, to me, like maybe the announcers in Rocky, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, maybe they're important for that era, but those announcers and don't really resonate with me. But when I watch films like this, and you have like Max Kellerman and the HBO stuff and the ESPN stuff, it just feels like so real and so well done. To me, this is one of my favorite films of all time. I really hope, I think they are, but I really hope they're making a Creed 3 because Creed 2 is excellent as well. And I'm glad to finally have a Creed figure in my collection. I've had one for a while, but it was never really that great. Happy with the one I have now. And yeah, I cannot wait to see where this franchise goes. And, you know, I think it's just such a well done movie. I know some people in the chat saying they don't like it, but, you know, I think it's a great film. What do you think, Dean?
Yeah, I think the only reason and this is a good movie. It's not like it's not a good movie. But Creed 2 is a stronger film only because I don't fucking remember the guy he fights in this movie. Like, it's so, like, non-important and not very memorable, you know?
He's really fighting himself, if you think about it.
I mean, sure, I'll give you that, but, like, it's just like in the second movie it carries like so much more weight, you know, fighting Drago, the guy.
It's a much more important story.
Right. So this
revenge and all that stuff.
Yeah, like him getting to that movie is obviously this story. And it's a great story. It's a good movie to watch. But it's not super memorable to me. So that's the only thing, like, I really don't, it's just not very strong. I will say it's a much better fucking sequel than most of the other Rocky movies. After like Rocky 3 is just kind of like, are you still doing these? Yeah, it's like, guys, come on, please. But you know, it's a good watch. You're not gonna like not enjoy watching it. It's just Creed 2, I think, is a better film.
So I'm not a big boxing fan, but so first let's start. IMDb 7.6 out of 10, 95% Rotten Tomatoes. Got a really high rating. 2 hours and 13 minutes though. Damn, it's long. I haven't even watched Rocky, the original ones yet. All right, so yeah, so I don't think I could. I don't think I really appreciated this film to the level that I could have. I think it was a good film. I think Michael B. Jordan was a perfect actor to play the role. Physically fit, like I think they nailed it. I kind of like how Rocky now plays, and I only know this character in the film, the original Rocky films, because I don't know if you guys remember the Brisk commercial, but
yes.
Rocky, yeah,
Brisk, baby.
Yeah, Rocky kind of fills the role now of Mickey, his trainer, and I appreciate storytelling wise. Love the training scene as well. I think that was cool, but you can tell it was they were trying to revitalize the story. It's not that same hit that you get when Rocky's training up the stairs, right? He starts yelling out the window, and it's not the same. But I don't know. I guess you'll never get that same feeling. But regardless, I think
Disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah, hard disagree.
Really?
Bro. Hard disagree.
Where he's running with he's running with the quads and all that.
Oh, yes.
So good.
Let me,
that was a bit much.
if I may just interject just a touch. When I first saw this film, there's a program called Be the Match where they take like your DNA and they find people that are really, really sick with cancer, like where they've tried everything, and like the last thing that they could do is you know, like this procedure where they take a healthy person's stem cells and then try to save their lives. When I was doing that procedure, I got chosen, and I was, you know, every day you'd have to take these medicines, and they fucking suck to take. Like, what it did was like broke down your bone marrow, and like when you get a cold, like you feel sore, that's your body releasing like that bone marrow to make you healthy again. But it like forces your body to like release all these white blood cells, and it makes you feel like shit. Like I couldn't walk, like I couldn't really do anything, but I still had to go to work and like do all the shit because, you know. And I would watch that training scene like every day before we got the injections, and it would like hype me up to go and do it. But yeah, that montage scene, like, I mean, you're comparing that to like literally one of the most iconic movie scenes of all time. But I think it's good. It's great. It's like a modern interpretation.
That's what it is.
It's
you said it perfectly.
Rooted in that Philly culture. But
you said it
yeah.
perfectly. It's a modern interpretation. You can't
but
describe it better than
it's,
that.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest scenes of all time. And you're talking like Luke blowing up the Death Star, like up there in terms of like iconic moments of film.
I don't know about
no,
that.
the Rocky training scene is
Oh, the
definitely
Rocky one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like you're talking about one of the most memorable film scenes of all time.
Of course.
Yeah, and then watching episode 7 and they blow up Star Killer Base.
Okay.
It's like,
and then episode 6 and I blow it up again. So.
A little off the rails at this point.
Anyway, sorry about that, John.
No. I said, yeah, go ahead, Marco, you're whoever's next. But yeah, no, it was overall, you need to at least watch it once, definitely.
So I never actually had seen any of the Rocky films as well, John. So I'm actually with you on that one, buddy.
Can we do Rocky?
And that I think was maybe possibly the only miss for me for this film, because like obviously I know the story of Rocky. I know some of the guys that he fought. Like it's been in pop culture for such a long time. Like you don't even need to have seen the films note for note to know kind of some of the backstory. So having some of the backstory definitely helped. But the first 30 minutes I thought was kind of a slow burn. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, and it was like over 2 hours long. So I'm thinking like, oh man, like if this doesn't pick up steam soon, like it's going to lose me. And I was watching it in bed last night, right? And then they bring in Tessa Thompson, and I thought the chemistry with Michael B. Jordan and Tessa Thompson was really natural, and I liked their story and their kind of love dynamic. I like that she was going deaf. I thought that was kind of a cool storyline in the film itself. I thought some of the fight scenes were insane, like really well done, like you were saying, Zach. Like some of those long shots and everything, and some of the the intensity of the fighting was crazy. I didn't love the storyline of Sylvester Stallone or Rocky having cancer. It depressed me more than I felt like it needed to for the film. Like it wasn't a driving force in the film for me that made it it took the story to a whole new level. I think that even just the fact that he was training Creed and that like he was there for him and he wanted to prove himself and he wanted to prove it to himself but also to Rocky, and that was enough for some of the motivational stuff in the movie to have still hit home for me.
Can I mention something, and not to defend this choice, but the Rocky movies are pretty melodramatic, so it kind of fits the tone, but in a bit more grounded way. But anyway, sorry.
Okay. No, and like I was gonna say, like I have a family member that's going through cancer treatment too, so like it just made me extra sad, kind of like watching it, and so I was like like that part I didn't love, but that again might be more of a personal reason than an actual like film take. So I got to be fair on that. But by the end of the film, I was stoked that I'd seen it. Honestly, like it ended up being a way better movie than I expected. It's not one that I don't think that I would go back to soon and rewatch, if that makes sense. Like now that I've seen it, I feel like I've seen it, and I don't think it would be a big rewatch for me. But it does make me want to see Creed 2. I would like to see kind of the evolution of the story and kind of where he goes next. And I do think like Michael B. Jordan, he's an awesome actor. I mean, he's super likable. And very like he's got a good intensity to him, but like he's clearly got a kind heart too, which I appreciate. He's good to watch, right? And so overall, I liked it. I think it was a good pick, Zach. I don't necessarily want to watch all the Rocky boxing movies, so if we skip that, I mean, I'm okay with it. But
Ben, I will say though, if you're gonna watch Creed 2, you should probably watch Rocky 1 through 4. Like I know that's a tall task, but I think it's worth a watch for sure. The movies.
So I actually think I have seen Rocky 4. Just that's with Drago, right? In 4, I think I have seen Rocky 4.
Exactly.
But that would be the only one that I've seen if I've seen any of them.
If I drive on a gravel road, does that count?
Jesus Christ!
I don't get that.
On the cancer thing though, I think it's more like the character confronting his mortality. Like,
yes,
I mean, like he is broken. Like he has brain damage. Like, you know, his wife has died. His best friend has died. All his trainers have died. Like he's like the last.
His kid's gone.
Yes, he doesn't have a relationship with his child. It's sort of which makes no sense because at the end of the sixth one or fifth Rocky Balboa, they're like, I don't know.
Wasn't like that one of the best motivational?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's such a.
Yeah, I think I gave it on this channel.
Yeah, you did once. I think it's clipped somewhere.
Well, and like I feel almost like Sylvester Stallone like is Rocky, like as a person, you know, like he seems like he is actually Rocky. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
Like, when he's up in the building and they are doing that that motivate like that adrenaline like with this like I want to say like the four wheelers like all over the place and like they're Rana and he's like up there in the window and he's smiling down at them and stuff like that was heartwarming. I can see why Zach that's super like motivational scene for you, 100%.
It's funny you say that Sylvester Stallone is Rocky. He actually wrote the movie and sold, obviously, the idea, but only on the condition that he could be Rocky.
Exactly.
Because it was that important to him. So
Yeah, he was willing to take like a lot less to like be able to guarantee that he could play the role.
Yeah, I don't know if that was his first movie, but that's kind of like his breakout. Like, I have to be Rocky. Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I don't have too much to add beyond what everyone else has said. Sorry,
it.
someone else was talking right now. I cut
No, you're
them
good,
off.
bro.
No, you're good.
Yeah, no, I will just say an incredible movie. Shout out to Ryan Coogler. Obviously, he's from this region, and awesome to see him blow up after Fruitvale Station. And I hope that, obviously, Creed 2 is really good, but it would be cool if they got him back for another one if they did the third. But yeah, just that training montage alone, as Zach mentioned, obviously nothing as intense as what he was going through, but, you know, if you need a hype up moment, throwing that on YouTube or listening on Spotify, we'll get the job done every time. And just really love Michael B. Jordan's portrayal here. And we'll just say, as Ben mentioned, the Tessa Thompson relationship, like, adds such a great dimension to this, and like makes you care about those characters. And then obviously his relationship with Rocky and, you know, kind of the battle with cancer, that really resonated with me, and just love that part of the storyline. So an incredible movie and great pick, Zach.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. Dean,
But
it is.
Two of you guys haven't seen Creed 2? I was going to make a point, but it kind of ruins the second movie.
Don't say it.
What's your pick?
I'll
Dean,
watch it this
for
week.
movie of the week?
I'll watch it this week.
Please, Dean. Please.
Yeah, so I have no idea what this movie is or what it's about.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
If
Is it available in Canada?
I know it's on Netflix.
If there's octopus tentacles,
Countdown to Liquor Day, Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, bro. Say goodnight to the bad guys. Bro.
I will say it's got a really great cast, so I'm excited to watch it.
What is it?
Again, no idea what it's about. It's called The Gentleman with Matthew McConaughey.
Was that the one that Cody told you to watch?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I have it
He
here.
was begging
Yeah.
me. I'm like, bro, I don't know.
He asked me to pick it, and I said it was when I had picked
He's been asking
Tom
me for a
Cruise
while.
movie, so I said I'll pick that next. So I've never seen it. Solid cast. I guess we'll see.
It's
How
about
it
a
turns
UK
out.
cannabis empire. Okay. All right.
I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm phoning it in.
I'm gonna
next
save
week.
the rest of the brain cells.
Dean, let's say thank you to the Patreonies that keep the network going.
Yeah, we want to give a shout out to the three pillars, as John says: Sean Fear, Ian Seavey, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, David Jones, Sam Gist, Daminator, Joao Bretta, Sweet Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Kratt, Big Fern, King Zach, Caesar Mariquin, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Rick Gregorio, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, The Illustrious Rainer, Aled Morgan, Tukathri, Wah, Derek B., Carlos Saavedra, Matt Clevenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, Domadon, Jimmy James, Stephen Percha, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Steve and Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental, and Brenton Palmer.
Bunch of angels. Thank you guys so much for supporting the network. If you guys want to join there is the link. We have tiers starting at $5 for stickers sent straight to your door and access to Ox After Dark replay. The $15 tier, which is the certified crispy certificate and figure fix assistance, with the $25 tier being the Pog Deluxe set and doubles of all the stickers we send. we did get this month's stickers out a little late. I apologize for that. It was a crazy month with everyone in my family getting sick, and then just a bunch of other shit. So hopefully next month should be on time. And I'm just realizing, where did I put the...
Is everybody feeling better, by the way, buddy?
Everyone is. Give me 1 second. I added it to the slides, and I think I deleted it. But let me show you guys what we got going on in July. So this is a really important month because we have never reissued a sticker before, and a lot of the Patreonies were asking for us to like redo certain stickers from the past, and we put it to a vote. We picked 5 of our most popular stickers, and the one that won was the Icon reissue sticker. So it's actually one of our first stickers. Maybe like our second or our third, but this one first released in 2000 and I want to say 18. So it's been quite a while, and only I think 10 were made. So sometimes some of the older Patreonies or older listeners, they'll show it off in their collection, but now everyone will have a chance to own one. And we have, for the first time ever, the Collectors Club sticker, and this is something that John's been wanting to put out a sticker for Club for a while, and it's finally time to do that. So
a sticker and an emoji is a big night for John.
It's an honor and a privilege.
It is a big night for John. So stay tuned for those. Those are going to be shipping out here in the next like 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully. Mid to late July.
Is that one of those Bill Clinton cigars?
It's a hot dog.
You'll love to see it.
Can I ask a question?
Zip it, Mario.
Will the Collectors Club sticker ever be reissued?
No.
It's first on the list, if I'm being completely honest. Also, shout out to our YouTube channel members: Mojo Z78, OG Fan, Absolute Irwin, Bemet, Test Just One, Mark Pearson, DK Avenger 702, Ben Thomas, OMFG Rick, Paul Schreiber, S Beam, Andrew Gibo, Andres IB, CC3PO, Daminator, Lemur Hernandez, Sam Giss, Carlito, Thomas Clark, CT603, Benjamin Hansen, and Eddie Money Mendez. With Benjamin's and Eddie's membership, we were able to unlock that John emoji. So if you're in the chat, drop that emoji there.
Love you guys.
Love to see it. We have 2 tiers if you want to join the membership. It's starting at 99 cents a month if you're a Patreon member. If you're not, it's $2.99. You get loyalty badges, custom emojis, and membership shoutouts. As far as the network goes, we have Collected Weekly Live, OFAC, Small Talk, After Dark, Bricks and Brews, The Ringcast, Live Unboxing, Club, and Live and Let Dice. We have After Dark tomorrow at 10:30, and then OFAC Thursday, Club Friday. Live and Let Dice recorded last Saturday, but we have some extra content planned that we're going to be working on. And this Saturday, we're announcing and launching a new show, Let's Draw, starring Dean and Zach. So stay tuned for that. Dean, do we know a time for Saturday? I think we're shooting for 10, I think it was.
Yeah, whenever you're free. I'm basically free anytime, so.
Okay, yeah, a little bit later might work better. But we're going to basically do a drawing show, put some super chats in. Dean and I will do our best to draw whatever you want. And,
Kevin will be there.
Nude like a French
Kevin
one?
will be there. Send me a reference.
I'm going to draw John like one of my French girls.
So yeah, There's that.
Subscriber loss.
There we go.
Oh no! How dare you?
And it's down.
If you guys want to show us some love on TeePublic, we have some new shirts that we just put up this weekend: the Caliban, the Chainbreaker, and the Marius, the Seraph from Dungeons and Dragons. Those shirts went up this week, and I think they've actually all of our shirts have been on sale for a few days. So go check that out if you would like. John, can you read the socials for me, please?
Hell yeah, we got on Facebook Collecting Weekly, also our group on Facebook Collecting Weekly Auxiliary, Instagram at Collecting Weekly _clips, and at the _everyday _collector. I know you guys aren't all subscribed to these, so can you go and please subscribe? Like I say this every week. Go and do it. Do it now.
Wow.
And then send me a message to confirm. I want to see a message.
You'll love to see it. Shout out time. Let's see. We have Adriana's birthday was yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And I say this, and I mean this, the better half of Eddie Money Mendez. Just kidding. Eddie's a great guy. But yeah, Adriana's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Adriana.
Happy birthday.
Congratulations to Dean as well. Some exciting news in the comments yesterday. You love to hear it.
Wow.
Someone said, and I quote, Dean, I need to see the quote.
It was an immaculate
just-
conception.
Just pull it up. Yeah.
Yeah, let's pull that. You know, we don't get a lot of comments here. If we'll be completely honest, we don't get a lot of comments here. But when we do, we really appreciate it. And holy Jesus, what an epic comment here.
Zach messaged me, dude. Steph messaged me all concerned, and I was like, "What are you guys talking about?"
Steph, get my rifle.
Let's see. Shout out to Laura Ann. Yo, DJ Dinomite in all caps. I think you're the father of my first kid. Love you. And then, of course, Dean, I don't ever seem to ever remember having a kid before. Very interesting.
Hit her with the Obi-Wan, bro.
Yeah, she's the Obi-Wan for you. Big O Fern says Dinomite Jr. for next week's Monday unboxing. So, congrats to Dean for the
yeah. Wherever you're at, Laura, hit me up.
She's 100% the Asian
maybe she's
person
from the
you
Passion
think,
Party
in Elden Ring. I'm just saying.
The Passion Party.
Maybe.
Wait,
what was her name? Did I just call her the wrong name?
Laura Anna.
Oh, it was Laura. Okay.
So 2 first names? You hate to see it.
No idea who that is.
Anyways, anyone else have any shout outs they want to give?
Shout out to the chat. Yeah. Shout out to John for hopping on today. Shout out to Zach for getting John on today.
Shout out to John, our John.
Me.
A sticker and your emoji in the chat.
Oh.
You love to see it. What
it
a
happens.
guy.
Appreciate it. See.
He puts a
Shout
lot
out
of
to-
hard work on this channel, and we love
What a
John.
guy.
So.
Means a lot.
Shout out to Victoria, 7-year anniversary yesterday.
That's right.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
Congrats.
We went to
she needs an award.
Japanese barbecue.
She
Is
does.
delicious. She really does.
Oh, where'd you go? What's it called?
Sushiyami. It was like a weird name. I'll have to send you the picture. It was like 3 words.
Shock
in
it too,
one.
baby.
Wow.
Suck it to me, baby. We should
we
go, Dean.
can't
It was
s-
fun.
we
Dean, we
can't
should
say
go. It was
anything on
good.
this
That's
You
a great.
say
That's a
anything.
great scene from that movie.
Wow. Yeah. We'll go.
I will say
Manny
shout
says
out
shout out to
to
all the pair.
I will say shout out to Shauna for cutting our grass, staining our deck, watering
Sanding
the
the deck.
lawn,
No dignity.
making us dinner, all the good things. When we first moved into this house, she was like, "I will not do any like landscaping, outside work, period. Like if we're buying a standalone house, that is not my jam." And then we moved out here, and she's the one buying all the power tools. She's the one out there, like being. I'm like, I can help. She's like, no, I've got it. Like you can just you hold the power cord and call it
Well,
a
your
day.
ass is
So
playing video
I feel like
games.
Ben would be like Ricky when he starts trying to be a fucking handyman.
so it's ripping walls
Tears
down
them
and
down.
shit. So yeah,
You
yeah,
just try to
shout
hang
out
up the. Oh, that's a great. I'm so glad we can make TPB references to Dean now.
Bro,
I'm so
I
glad.
love
Right?
that show.
Dude, when he tried to hang up that fucking towel holder and it's completely. Brenton says, "Hey guys, wanted to stop by and show my support. Hit that like button." Brenton, what's the best price you could do on that Batman, my guy? Just kidding.
For Zach, better be $3.99. You better pay for the shipping too.
Oh, Brendan's got statues he's got to buy. He has.
It was just such a small world. Like I was like, dude, I'm gonna shoot this guy a super low offer. I was like, oh shit, it's Chris Letty.
I'm pretty sure you can't say that live anymore. Shoot this guy.
I
Wow.
hate to see it. Universal Key, is Pose Wars ever coming back? Yes and no. Not the way that we did it. It was too hard to get a bunch of people on. We just had so many cancellations, and I love all the people, but it just was more trouble than it was worth. We're thinking of doing, we're still dotting the I's and crossing the T's. The dream is not dead yet, but we've talked about maybe doing like Black Series, Marvel led, like, kind of a lower end. I have an idea to do one where it like might be 3 rounds. Maybe start with like a Black Series, and you move up to like a Mafex, and then the 3rd round is like a 1/6 scale. We have some ideas. It's just nothing has really stuck out just yet. So, in lieu of that, we'll be doing the drawing show on Saturdays, opposite of D&D. So, but yeah. Anyone else have a shout they want to give? Shout out to Manny. Love that guy.
The only other thing I was going to say is I think we should make it a personal mission to get to 2K because we're so close now.
Motherfucker, it's been my personal mission. What the
telling
fuck do you think I've been doing?
I'm telling
for 4
everybody.
years? What the fuck?
My personal
What do you
mission.
think I've been
It's not
doing?
Zach's personal mission. It's my
What the
mission.
fuck do you think we're
it's
doing
your
here?
mission. Dean, I'm telling people in the Taco Bell drive-through.
Wow.
Like, come on. I can't even eat
What a
there.
guy.
And I go and I say you
Look at that. It's
subscribe
got
for Dean.
got,
But But
Yeah,
no,
subscribe
personal
if
mission
you
for
haven't.
everybody. Tell your friends, tell your family. We're almost there. It's so close.
Laura, make
You guys are
a
the best.
make a YouTube for our child, and so
What's the name of the child?
I have no idea.
We have to
Laura,
have a
send
baptism
Dean
live.
Laura, send Dean an email, dean@collectingweekly.com. We would like to do CW Maury, so only if
You
you
are not
promise
the
to.
father. The results are in.
Yeah, I can tell you that right now. CC Zach on that email, please.
Yeah, send it to CC too, actually.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Zach@collectingweekly.com. Anyways, great show tonight. Shout out to John for coming on. I love every single one of you guys that were here tonight, that are listening. Shout out to the 10,000 people on June 24th that randomly found our podcast. It was weird. We had 10,000 downloads in a day. It's weird.
What do you expect, man? Our voices, they're like...
They carry, bro.
If you can listen to Joe Rogan, you can definitely listen to us.
Yeah.
It was the Star Trek fans.
Well,
all right, why is he here?
anyway.
Now you know why we're not at 2,000 yet. Now you know he's the reason. Watch, if he doesn't come up on next week's show, we'll get to 2,000. I guarantee you. I'll put money on it.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Marco.
And I'm Ben.
We'll catch you on the next episode.
Bye.